January year of 1542. For it was then, 50 years after the discovery of America itself, that Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo first sighted the tapestried shores of the beautiful Monterey Bay.
So plastic pollution starts with anything that doesn't get properly contained. There's so many different kinds of plastic that get used. And if for some reason that plastic fragments and breaks into smaller pieces and gets carried out to the ocean eventually, that's pollution that's in a place where it doesn't belong. It's plastic that's no longer being useful, no longer serving its purpose, and has gone from something that benefits humanity to something that causes environmental problems in the ocean and eventually gets into our food sources. So studies have shown that fish and shellfish have plastic in them. So when we consume those, we get plastic into our bodies and systems.
Year, more and more species are put on the endangered list, and the marine ecosystem will lose its balance. They're all critical. All of the animals are critical to the balance, and Earth is an ocean planet. If we don't have healthy oceans, we aren't going to have a healthy planet. I have, children, grandchildren now. I want them to be able to go to these places and see these animals that we are losing, these animals that are being adversely affected.
When you see the mother birds feeding their baby birds plastic, and it's just the saddest thing to see that, and it's common. They pick up plastic when they're foraging because it smells just like what they feed their babies when they're feeding them plankton.
It's a serious problem for human health and not just the marine environment.
I wouldn't be surprised, and actually I would go as far as to say I almost predict that we find in the coming years and decades that the why we're finding more cancer in young people is just because we're exposed to all of these chemicals that humanity is just not adapted to be exposed to. It is unbelievable. The more you learn about it, kind of the scarier it gets, to be honest. But
I was just seeing all of this damage, and I thought, oh gosh, we need to do something about it. And then one day I looked in the mirror and said, I can be that person. My name is Shelby, and I'm the founder of Seahugger. Seahugger is a nonprofit organization dedicated to protecting and healing the marine environment from plastic pollution through education and action.
I think Seahugger is really focused on sort of the kids' education aspect and sort of making things simple for people to understand instead of getting that next generation. And I think there's a lot of communities that don't realize that, using plastic bottles and things like that, it could be affecting their health and the health of their children and their families.
What we advocate for at Seahugger isn't perfection, because it's impossible, but just making some significant changes, small changes, all of us together. But it's the single use, the things that are designed to be used once and then discarded. That's where we need to stop.
I'm a marine scientist, and I get to work in some really exceptional areas, and I'm lucky to be able to do that. Places like Antarctica and studying whales off the coast of California. And it's really just a special planet that we get to live on. And that's pretty new, and that's really exciting. And so I feel hopeful for our future.
There is a huge momentum, a lot of people working to solve the problem, and I believe that it can be done.